And so you can see these sets of pipes are in rows, and you can kind of tell they kind of belong to each other. So this first row has these like conical kind of hats, and then the second row is a bunch of straight pipes, and then the third row you can see they're actually those little little miniature pipes sticking out of the top of the pipes are called chimneys. So you can tell which pipes kind of belong to each other here. Yes.
I think I can see like what note it is because it has like a G or like an F.
Absolutely. So these instruments, they have the name of the note etched in or stamped into the side. Okay. I want you hands back. I love you all, but this is I just love the organ too. Okay. So I want you to take a look, and I want you to tell me if you think the lowest pipes are here by the edges, or if you think the lowest sounding pipes are the ones in the center.
The ones in the center. I think it's the ones in the center.
Absolutely, it's the ones in the center. And so those are the longest pipe is the lowest sound. And actually, if you look, I think these are the coolest things because in the center, you see how these pipes were actually longer, and they were going to have to cut a hole in the roof of the room. So what they did was they cut the pipe in little pieces, and they reassembled it with a little loop-de-loop in there. And that allows the pipe to be the same length of air that's vibrating, but fit into the room. Has everybody found the little loop-de-loops in this front row?
Yeah.
Now, can you find another way that they saved space? Do you see it?
I see
Geneva, do you see it? Yeah, so you can see up here, these pipes they actually put a little bend in them. You can see the same thing over here, that those pipes get the little bend in the side, and that allows them to stick the whole pipe in the room without having to cut a hole in the ceiling.
How do you play that?
Well, when you come out, what you'll notice, right over here, you'll notice a lot of wires. There's a hole under that. Oh, just be careful. There's a hole under this. You'll see it when you come out. There's a gray metal box, and there's a whole bunch of wires. All of those wires connect right underneath the organ console. So it's just like whenever you go to school and you put the battery on one side and you put the wires and then you put the gate or the connector and you put the light on the other side. It's kind of the same thing. You're just making an electric circuit, but with hundreds of wires. So there's a wire for each pipe. So you start to imagine that really adds up very quickly.
I see two froggy wires.
Yeah, so and you can see the wires are really thin and skinny, and they get bundled up. And then so you'll see kind of like a mesh bundle of wires, and you'll just know that there might be 15 or 20 or 50. There's a lot going on in the organ. In fact, we actually recently found out that the organ was worth almost $2 million. So if we wanted
Sell
to
it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a quick question. You see on some of these pipes, you see kind of like a little band on the top.
Yep.
So, like here's the pipe, and you can tell that, and then there's like a different kind of metal, and it's like a little tube around the top. So my question for you is, can you guess what this little tube is there for? Yeah.
What?
Okay. We have. It doesn't make sound louder, but if I have a little. Yes.
For more vibration?
Not quite. Yeah. Marilyn.
So the air comes straight up.
Also, good guess, but not quite. Anna?
To make like inside the note, like make the note sound like the note.
So what can happen? Yes.
And it makes it longer? Sure.
It makes it longer or shorter. And what happens to the pitch of the pipe when it gets longer or shorter?
Higher up or down?
Lower.
Exactly. So whenever we whenever we have our organ tuner come in here, the organ tuner actually comes in with a glorified butter knife, and he taps. I know. Butter knife. You look at this, and they're like $75, and you're like, how in the world? Like, I can buy a butter knife for $1, or I can buy an organ tuning stick for $75. But he comes in and he taps all of these little bands. He taps all of these little bands, and that's how the organ gets tuned. So whenever we have an organ tuner come, it takes a full day or sometimes a day and a half or 2 days to tune all of these pipes. One more thing. Yes.
How would you technically like tune it? Would you just like tap it until it's like right?
So what happens is one person, hands off, thank you. What happens is one person sits down at the front of, at the console and holds a note, holds one pipe open. And actually, and then the guy goes next, 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 and they just go up and he just tap, 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 next, tap, tap. And so, they take one rank of pipes, they tune it perfectly, and then they tune all of the, next ranks to that perfectly tuned rank. There's one more thing. I'm gonna show you one of the few things of the pipe organ that is not actually a pipe that has air blowing through it. And over here, you can see the, hold on, because if you go, okay. You can see these are tubes, they're hollow tubes, and instead of having air blow through it, it's a little bit like a piano because it has a hammer, and the hammer hits the pipe.
I cannot see it a single bit.
Yeah.
I can hear it.
It's the tube right up there.
Could I try? I see it.
You can try from the console. You may not try with your finger. I tap it with my fingernail.
Where's the console?
The console is the thing that I play up at the front of the
That's
church.
the organ up
so
front.
we're going to go back to the sanctuary, and you're going to get a chance to play these chimes while sitting at the front console. So.